Okay, and the last part of our notes that we are going to work on is identifying the solution of an equation. So this is example 3, and what value for k makes the equation k plus 4 divided by 0 and 2/10 equals 5 true. So if you were given a multiple choice like this and you were wanting to figure out which one made it true. Of course, you could substitute the different values in for k to see which one is true. Or you could solve the equation by writing the equation, dividing both sides by 4, or divide 4, I'm sorry, by 0 and 2/10, and then subtract the property of equality and then simplify. This is a two-step equation, which we're going to get into next lesson that we do. But of course, with this being multiple choice, you could substitute it in and go on to that. So let's move on. And so the next one is a real life application. So it says the melting point of a solid is the temperature at which the solid becomes a liquid. The melting point of bromine is 1/3 of the melting point of nitrogen. Write and solve an equation to find the melting point of nitrogen. So think about what it's saying and look for the key words that you see when you are trying to write an equation. So it says the melting point of bromine, so you have all of this, is, okay, so is in math means equals, the temperature at which the solid becomes a liquid. Okay, so this is equal to the temperature at which the solid becomes a liquid. So now let's go look and see what else they gave us. The melting point of bromine is 1/3 of the melting point of nitrogen. So the temperature at which a solid becomes a liquid is 1/3 of the melting point of nitrogen. So that's kind of what they have here in words. And so you always want to define your variable. What is it that you're trying to find? Well, that's always stated in the last, usually it's in the last. It says write and solve an equation to find the melting point of nitrogen. And that's what we're looking for. So that's going to be your variable. That's what we're looking for. So N equals the melting point of nitrogen. Now, let's go fill in what we know. So you also have to look over here. The melting point of bromine is -7 degrees. So the melting point of bromine is -7, which equals 1/3 of, in math means to multiply, N, because that's what we're trying to find, the melting point of nitrogen, which is N. Now, you've kind of taken all of this up here and you've made it into this equation, which now nice and neatly becomes -7 equals 1/3 N. We're going to try to get N by itself or isolate the variable. So now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides by 30. And when we do that, that gets rid of the 30s. That leaves us with just N on this side. So we have isolated the variable. 30 times -7 is -210. So therefore that would be our solution, is -200 degrees Celsius. So that is what you can put in your page 6 of your notebook. And you can also, the other screen that we had done, you could fill that into your thing. Now we're going to move on and we're going to do some more try it problems. So what I'd like you to do is to do the on your own. Again, you're going to do these in your notebook. The problems can also, besides here, because I've gotten all this on here, I've got to figure out an easier way to get rid of these. You're going to solve number 10, 11, and 12 on your own. and then there will be an answer key following in the module. So please do that now.